Hi there, Cosm family. My name is Yahliali in this incarnation. Well, today we have Mercury retrograde back in Leo. It has returned. So, well, the invitation is to review everything that is linked with our talents, with our creativity, with who we want to be, what we want to irradiate, how we can reconnect with our vital energy, how we can be, inspired by, the things that connects us with optimism and with creation. And in a few days, Mercury is going to do this conjunction with the Sun and also a square with Uranus in Taurus, which is part of the configuration of the full moon in Aquarius. And well, that moment that we could feel it before, 1 or 2 days before, this is about information or maybe a conversation that is giving us light, that is illuminating us, respecting a process that started also, that it is connected with the full moon in Capricorn, with what happened at that time, that was on July 21st. So because it is a square with Uranus, I wanted to remind you that, well, it is about implementing creative ideas, a call of the soul, these sudden insights. But also many times it is about making decisions that could create a certain resistance, because they need to detach, they require us to detach from all the structures in order to move forward. But well, mainly the full moon, it is very associated with this, with detachment and making radical changes. I also wanted to talk about Venus, because Venus is in Virgo right now, and it is approaching the perfection of the opposition that it is creating the day of the full moon with Saturn retrograde in Pisces. At the same time, Venus is creating squares with Mars and Jupiter in Gemini that today had the perfection of their transit, of their conjunction. Mars is the planet of action, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So this is about expansive new beginnings, but as Mercury is retrograde and it is the ruler of the signs, many people are like reviewing the ideas, how they are going to carry on those ideas. Also, this is about doing the things with the what we have, with the things that are possible, because Saturn many times could bring these limitations or restrictions, but again, they have a purpose, and it is for us to focus on the things that can really open the way. So this is important. But squares between Venus and Mars, they could have implications on relationships, because that is Venus. Venus represents the relationship with ourselves, with other people. And Mars also, it is a planet linked with this. It is the action that we take for our desires. So many times these squares could bring certain conflicts, certain situations that are to create growth in the end. But if there are persons that have the tendency to keep their words and not telling things, a conjunction between Mars and Jupiter with a square with Venus in Virgo could be a moment where they explode and they, say things maybe in not the most aligned way. And we have to take into account that the truth, what many times we see as the truth, is a perception behind the filters of conditionings and experiences that we have gone through. So truth is a constant revelation while we do this labor of elevating our consciousness. But we have to take into account that not every truth is something that is shared by others. And Saturn is this planet that calls us to be responsible also of the invisible things that we don't see, but we feel. I am talking about mind, our thoughts, emotions, and the intentions with which we do things. I mean, it is very important to identify the intentions with which we are going to communicate something, because if that is not contributing to the other person, if we are not doing that in alignment with our soul, with a constructive intention, that's what I am saying, that is not contributing with myself either. You know, the energy, it is something that embraces everything. So beyond that, as human beings, you know, as we are human beings, we make mistakes all the time. It is important to repair, to correct. Saturn will bring consequences, you know, of these kind of things, and will show the boundaries that we need to establish. Because in the end, for example, if a person is going through a difficult time and we appropriate, you know, the energy of that person, or we take personal the fact that that person is feeling that way, you know, it is reflecting something to us. What I'm trying to say is that nothing is personal. What happens, everything is lying on the relationship that we have with ourselves and that we have with the things that happen outside. So again, with Saturn, all the things, the actions that energetically are not contributing with myself, they are not contributing with other people. This is very important because many times Saturn will show also how we can be responsible for things that are not corresponding to us. Other polarity of this transit could be, you know, the harshness and the perfectionism, the excessive self-exigency, that could also be projected on the outside, because in the end, all the ways that we are sustaining inside are going to be reflected on the outside. Or the demandings that we could do on other people. So if they are emerging from anger, it is because probably we are demanding something that we are not fully integrating inside. So the emotion is showing us what we need to identify. Well, I just wanted to leave this reflection today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.